Welcome to another video breakdown, a film breakdown of Duke's 84-59 win against Louisville. This is my second time I'm doing this breakdown because your boy's an idiot and did the whole thing. I was about to upload it and realized the volume was on with the commentators and they were talking over top of me the whole time. So here we go for me. This is part two for me. For you, it's part one. So enjoy. So obviously Duke cruised to this win, but right here is a good set by Louisville to start the game. Looks like it's a two-man game, but watch Tyrese Proctor. Tyrese Proctor and Mark Mitchell, two passes away. Tyrese Proctor, this guy's going to come down and screen him. He's going to screen his own man, kick it, corner three, or wing three, got lifted from the corner. Good set by Louisville. Probably the best set they had all game. I'm not even joking. You're going to see why. Duke doing what they do best. And I had Cracker Barrel this morning. It just keeps making me burp. That's on me. Two-man game. Duke and ball screen action. Gets what they want. That's a tough lay. That's a tough lay by Proctor. But Proctor would have missed that. Mark Mitchell's punching it. If he misses that, Mark Mitchell's there, he's going to punch it. Mark Mitchell wishes he missed that. Duke shot 56% from the field. They had 13 offensive rebounds. You don't have that. You don't have double-digit rebounds when you make over half your shots. Just insane. Duke's in drop coverage right here. Jeremy Roach fights over the screen, and Roach does a really good job of staying in the play. He gets around and gets his hands up, and it leads to a turnover. Just good hands by Roach. Phil Palski being a little point forward. Pitch ahead. Flush. Mark Mitchell gets this flush after all. Good play by Roach, knowing the throwbacks are going to be there. Left his feet on a little gamble. Paid off for Duke. Pick six. Guard-to-guard exchange. One-on-one. Jesus Christ. I know I already watched this, but that throws me off. Just look at this jab with his shoulders. See you, Proctor. Dump down. Good job by Phil Palski staying with the play, with the block. Phil Palski's good for a couple of those a game. And it leads to whatever the hell that was that we cut away. Duke in transition. Jeremy Roach one-on-one in transition. Good luck. Bye-bye. 19 points on 8 of 11. He gets wherever he wants to, bro. One-on-one going downhill. Roach, give me him every single time. Now Louisville's turn in transition. Pitch ahead, rotation. Phil Palski, don't stop the ball. Don't stop right there. Who's that? Proctor? Proctor's got the ball. Go to your man down low. Instead, now Mark Mitchell gets scored on. You don't need to stop that. Like watch. Phil Palski is going to come to your screen. Just keep running. Keep running. Don't stop. Instead, Mark Mitchell gets scored on. So this cuts away to that too. You're going to see the rest of this breakdown that this is what Louisville lives with. And they make some of them, but that's a bad shot. Duke gets it. There goes Roach. Pitch ahead. Layup for Jared McCain. Transition threes for Jared McCain are layups. That's not a bad pass there by Proctor. I keep burping, and it's horrific. I'm so sorry. This is not a bad play by Proctor. Look, it's there. He's looking. It's there. This is just a great play by the guy coming off Phil Palski. Ball's in the air. He immediately goes over. I mean, obviously, he floats it too much. That's why he gets picked off. But if he throws an arcing pass with a little less arc, it's there. But he throws it too high arcing. Good defensive play. Help side defense is key. And that's a great pass in transition by Louisville. Call that across the street. Diagonal like that in transition, across the street. If you would have pitched ahead, it's called up the alley. You pass across like that, it's across the street. Learn something new every day. They're going to try and post up Proctor here, guard to guard. The one thing I worry with Duke is straight line drives against their guards. And that's right there, Proctor, just too easy. Straight line drive against Tyrese Proctor right here. catches. I mean, look, he's posting up from right there. You live with that defensively right here. This is horrible positioning for Louisville. But just one simple swipe, that can't happen. That can't happen. Now, Duke's in ball screen action. He rejects. Dump down to the dunker spot, to the dunker, and that's what happens. That's why they call it a dunker spot. Nice dump off. Sean Stewart. Hey, Sean Stewart, 11 minutes. I really liked what I saw out of Sean Stewart. And then Mark Mitchell's just like, hey, this is where I'm going to go. You can try and stop me, but I'm going there regardless. I mean, look, he's just like, I'm going to the rim. Oh, you bump me? I'm going to the rim. I'm going to the rim. 7 of 10 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3 because he's going to the rim. TJ Power guarding a guard. I did like that Shire went 3 bigs. He just tested it out. Sean Stewart and Filipowski and Power were on the court together quite a bit in the game. I know Mark Mitchell is the other in this situation, but I did like seeing Sean Stewart, Filipowski, and TJ Power on the court together. Again, Roach, Buddy, straight line drive. Proctor just did it. Roach just did it. You can't let this happen. Power gets crossed, but he gets back. Now you got to close him out. I don't know if also, look, I'm a fan, so I don't know if Duke prefers to force him baseline or force him middle. But even when you force him baseline, you got to angle him baseline. Instead, there is no angle. He just gets to the cup. So if you saw the Wake Forest breakdown, Duke ran this action for Jared McCain, a double screen by Mark Mitchell, and then by Filipowski, and the defender tried to cheat the second screen by jumping it. So that led to Jared McCain flaring to the corner for an open 3. It doesn't happen here against Louisville as this guy stays with them and doesn't gamble. They watch film against Wake Forest, realize don't jump it because he's going to bury it in the corner. So he comes off with McCain, but McCain does such a good job on the initial screen by Mitchell. He has space. And then Filipowski, at least you made contact. It's so key, even if it's not a full-on screen. If you just clip a defender, that's enough space for him to get that shot off. Like, it's a good contest, but we've seen McCain shoot and make threes with guys in his face. It's a good look because he gets it off. I think it's a clean look for McCain. The only thing I'll nitpick, again, I don't know Duke's set, so I don't know if this is an actual read, but if McCain sees this guy or feels this guy right here, I would have liked him to come off Filipowski's ass, no homo, and catch it right there at the last C in ACC to where he can lay it up. So if he tight curls that, he catches, say Filipowski's guy is with him, he throws a lob to Filipowski, a little 2-on-1. But instead, hey, that's a good look for McCain. He misses. TJ Power might have got away with a little push off there, so it's a loose ball. And you know what we say about loose balls when offensive rebounds for Duke? Offensive rebounds for Duke, dagger threes. Dagger 3 by McCain. I can't get any guy's name right. By Jeremy Roach. Holy shit. Jeremy Roach with that. And then Jeremy Roach just hit one. This dude's shooting 48% from 3. He's going to walk into one right after he just hit the first one. And you know he's locked in on this season when, like, he's dribbling in rhythm. He's dribbling to the three-pointer, but he loses the ball right there. He doesn't catch it cleanly and still gets it off. The dude's shooting 50% from the field, 48% from 3 on the season, averaging 15 points per game. Unbelievable by Jeremy Roach this season. Duke trapping the post. It's great when it's not Hunter Silas on the opposite end. When they can't throw a skip to Hunter Silas, I love it. Active hands by Mark Mitchell. Him and Filipowski, high hands, high hands, high hands. High hands, high hands. Good. Go. Mark Mitchell, pitch ahead, finds a guard. McCain, that's a layup. That's a layup. Should have been a 4-point play. That's a tough shot. Just goes right into McCain's chest. It's a tough shot by Louisville there. I'm very proud of myself, by the way. I'm getting names right all of a sudden. Filipowski, one-on-one in the post, and he's going to go to that generic spin. Look, you know, it's not my favorite shot in the world, but it goes in sometimes. And that's all that matters, right? As long 2 points are 2 points. Sean Stewart here is going to guard or switch this guard to guard. He rides him. Actually, pretty good defense by Sean Stewart. And this is good defense by Filipowski. Filipowski, good wall defense. That is a low percentage shot. That is a low percentage shot, and it goes in. So we've seen 2 buckets right there. The push off in front of McCain makes the layup, or makes a 15-footer, and you see that made layup. So 4 of their 17 points have been tough shots. It's good defense by Duke. Here is the most basic inbounds play in basketball history, and Duke just makes it look like Showtime Lakers. Louisville, I don't know what you're doing, man. I don't know what the hell you're doing. So Jared McCain's guy, he's got to bump Sean Stewart here. So what needs to happen is McCain's guy needs to bump Sean Stewart, right? So he needs to bump Sean Stewart to let Sean Stewart's guy get through. Then you ask, well, that means McCain's going to be open in the corner. No, we call that an X out because the guy guarding the ball, number 1, would go then with McCain to the corner, and the guy who is guarding McCain right now would go guard the ball. It's a lot, but people that play basketball know what I'm talking about, that the guy guarding McCain goes and guards Tyrese Proctor as the inbounder, and then the guy guarding Tyrese Proctor goes out and guards McCain on this bump ball screen action. Instead, hey, Lob City in Durham last night, 2 points for Sean Stewart. Just simple, way too easy basketball against Louisville right there. And then Duke in transition again. Jared McCain, nobody stopping ball. You have 3 people in front of Jared McCain right here. 3 people. And the third guy finally stops him, but that's the guy you don't want him to stop. Like, look, you got the dude over there with Proctor on the opposite end, and the guy guarding McCain just does not care. He's like, oh, Coach K court. Let me just stand here and admire. Dump down. Mark Mitchell, easy peasy. 56% from the field for Duke. You can see why. Tough. That's a tough pass for your big man. Stays with the good finish, but that is a very tough pass for a big guy to catch in traffic. So I saw this on Twitter. Maybe it's called a matchup zone because you go 1-3-1 on 3 passes. You go 1-3-1 to a 3-2 to a 2-3. Watch 1-3-1. 3-2 because the corner guy lifts on the opposite end and the nearest guy drops. So now they're in a 3-2. Now that guy who lifted in the 3-2 drops back down to the corner. So 2-3. And Filipowski's wide open. Filipowski is wide open on here the whole time. The whole time. And not only in this segment, you're going to see the other zone plays. I don't know what the hell this is. Like, he's dumb wide open. He comes up for a ball screen right there, but he could have just stood right there on the nail and be wide open. God almighty, that's JV defense. Like, that is insane to give this guy that much space. Not just Filipowski, a guy that's in the middle of a zone that much space to make a read. Guy in the middle of the zone cannot have that much room to make a read, whether it's a pass, score, attack, shoot, anything. Dribble handoff. Like I said, they have 21 points. They've worked for a lot of their buckets. That is a tough shot. Goes in. They have 23 points at halftime. 6 of those points, Duke made them really earn. Good play by Shire here as clears out for Mark Mitchell. A back screen here by Jared McCain. Good flush by Mark Mitchell. Nice, easy, very high percentage set there by Shire out of the second half. Just really good play call. Trying to throw a post in there for Roach, against Roach. That is an off-balance, very difficult shot that Louisville just makes. I mean, Roach, that's good defense. I said earlier, no straight line drives. The guy looks like he's beating Roach. Roach does a good job recovering to cut that off. Makes him settle for a 1-foot fadeaway jumper, and he hits it. It's a tough play. Filipowski spinning, tumbling, stumbling, bumbling. 3 by Jared McCain. Sometimes Filipowski is like one possession a game where Filipowski just reminds me of Bambi learning how to walk. Just coming around. It just looks like he's so scared to like play. It's like he's stepping on ice. Just, oh God. And every time he falls, I'm like, he sprained his ankle. But luckily, he was fine. Big shot by McCain. Double right here. He's in hell. Good contest. You got to get that rebound. The fact he gets the rebound is crazy to me. Gets the rebound. Good steal by Roach. Thank God. Duke's out and running. And guess what? Duke's going to score right here, Mark Mitchell. But let me rewind it for you because I think Tyrese Proctor deserves an apology by everybody on the court, especially from Jeremy Roach. Because look at Proctor at the bottom of the screen. Poor guy. Proctor just, hey, ball, 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 ball. Nobody on Louisville can find Tyrese Proctor. It's like, where's Waldo? And by the time they do find him, Mark Mitchell gets a layup. Poor Proctor. He just wanted that three so bad. Dukes gets 2 points, but I know Proctor wanted that three. Man-to-man. Here comes a ball screen action. Going over top. Drop coverage by Filipowski. That's a tough lay. It's a tough runner because it looks like live, when I was there, it looked like he was looking for the lob and then kind of freaked out and threw it to the rim. Looked like he thought he had his guy right there and then just turned his head and lobbed it to the goal. Goes in. Maybe he tried to do the floater the whole time. Regardless, it's a difficult shot. Look at Filipowski wide open against this sorry-ass zone. I'm sorry, but that is insane to me. Like, McCain should have just thrown it to Filipowski. Instead, he throws it to Proctor. Proctor still – look at Filipowski. There's nobody. I've never seen a zone where it's that big of an air bubble. This guy's 7 foot. How do you not have anybody near him? Nobody. He ball faked, and he's still wide open. Louisville. Again, look. Watch. Let's watch Filipowski. Open. Open. Nobody's moving in that zone. And then you give up a straight line drive. The whole point of a zone is you don't give up straight line drives. You make them settle for jumpers. And Filipowski, if he would have pivoted the other way, he has Mark Mitchell wide open. But instead he throws it back out because he's assuming the guy that's behind him that he can't see is on his ass. Instead, he's giving him like 2 feet. And then Roach makes no move. Roach is just dribbling with his right hand like a U6 team and then finishes at the rim. Great for Duke. As a Duke fan, thank you. As a basketball fan, what the hell are you doing? That's a good play. That's a good play. Ryan Young misses that. But Ryan Young on the offensive glass, he got the offensive rebound, then missed it. Ball still kicked out to Roach. Thank you. Flyby. Bad defense. Dagger three. Savvy vet move to just know that the guy's going to come out uncontrolled on a tip out and just use your pace, keep your composure, just ball fake. Thank you. Wide open look. That's why I got shooting 48% from three, because he's always under control. And then this was Louisville running. They ran like a loose press, and then they did like an aggressive press. Regardless, Proctor rejects ball screen. Now he's coming back to use it. Pocket pass to Ryan Young. And Ryan Young, so good in the post, passing the ball, man. Look at his eyes looking in the corner first. I think it's McCain in the corner. And then almost a little no-look pass to Mark Mitchell. Mark Mitchell, that was a sweet dunk. That was a very sweet dunk. It was Roach in the corner. So he looks at Roach, makes his guy jump more sideways than back to Mark Mitchell, and it gives him the angle right there to throw to Mark Mitchell. Just that little head fake to Roach in the corner frees up a better passing angle for him to throw to Mark Mitchell. Ryan Young is so good at the high-low and just passing as a big for Duke off the bench, man. I love him. I truly do. Good defense, bad shot. You live with that shot. I mean, this guy is shooting off of his own offensive player's back. Mark Mitchell's sandwiched between two Louisville guys. No spacing. They have better spacing on defense, which is not supposed to happen. Missed the three. Louisville's out and running. Straight line drive again. You just cannot let that happen. But that's a little more difficult for Roach because the guy's going straight downhill and Roach is just backpedaling. and kind of in no man's land, and one little in and out move like that is going to get him to bite. Sky Clark is talented too. That's in and out dribble to the rim. It's a good play offensively in transition, but straight line drives again against Duke. Fake dribble handoff, good contest, good finish. That's when Louisville cut 14. Ball screen action. Pump fake by Roach. Masterclass of a pump fake. Pump fake again. Gets the guy to go just a little off balance to where he can fade away and use his 6-foot body. He's 6 foot. I know he's listed as 6'2", dude's 6 foot. This guy's 6'9", 6'10" that he's going against. But that fadeaway, like it looks like he's going to get blocked. But that fadeaway just creates the space he needs to shoot over top. Just savvy. Now he's beat here. Duke got caught in a mismatch. But look at Sean Stewart's effort here. And also Roche and McCain. Rushing a post player underneath the goal. Collapsed by Sean Stewart. Puts up that shot. Offensive rebound is good. This is where I tweeted that John Shire was sitting down. He got up. He threw his hand and then kicked in midair and got up and immediately called timeout. He was pissed off, and here's why. Because you have good collapsing defense by 3 guys. Proctor, you got to hit 0. You're ball watching. Filipowski, you're 7 feet tall. You are ball watching. And both are flat-footed to where you got a guard coming in and getting a rebound when 2 Duke guys are right there to get a defense rebound. Shire called a timeout, and Duke responded very well. Here goes Proctor, straight line drive, good. Again, here is a simple baseline out of bounds play, but Proctor does a good job here because Sky Clark is going to chase TJ Power. TJ Power is taught to throw the ball in and go deep corner, opposite corner. And that's why, because his guy's going to follow him. And then the guy guarding Sean Stewart, we call this Brokeback Mountain defense. This is called Brokeback Mountain defense because he's just hugging his man. Hugging his man. You should be over there helping, brother. Instead, you're playing Brokeback Mountain defense with Heath Ledger. Just what are you doing? You're giving up 2 points by just hugging your man. Hugging your man. Brokeback Mountain defense, give me 2 points. It is what it is. TJ Power on an island there. That's a tough play for him. And one, Filipowski's got to stop doing those right there. He's had double-digit games now where he's had 4 more fouls for Duke. And he's beat. Don't swipe. Don't swipe. You're too valuable to have those cheap ones in games. Just let him score the 2. And then here's the zone. TJ Power. A zone buster, and you're in zone against Duke with TJ Power. And, Filipowski looks like all-time quarterback in this. Just nobody's touching him. Nobody can guard him. Butter. He's a talented freshman that can shoot, man. Good contest by Sean Stewart. Good rebound by Filipowski. Duke off and running. Straight line drive. Thank you. Layups in transition. 3s are layups in transition for this Duke team too. I love this look for Power. I love the confidence that Powers has off of this. I don't know if being that shot ready, but I love to see that he's that aggressive. He screened away and was supposed to have a down screen. They exchanged, misses. That should be a rebound for Sean Stewart right there of tipping that ball to Filipowski. I don't know who scored that. It's probably Filipowski's rebound technically because it was a loose ball. But look at this effort by Sean Stewart. 2 Louisville guys right there, and he gets a fingertip on it to pass to Sean Stewart, or to pass to Filipowski for the 2 points. Ball screen. Tough. So Proctor had a few of these possessions in this condensed game. If I could watch the full game, I would, but I can't. So Proctor's guy, Roach first off, going over the screen. Filipowski's still in drop coverage. Proctor gets caught looking at the ball instead. He takes one glance at his guy. He takes a couple glances, but the last glance, his guy goes backdoor. First glance, second glance right there. And then his guy goes. So he thinks his guy's still in the corner, dump down, layup. Tough. Jeremy Roach. Tough. Connor O'Neill, my boy, co-host of the Big J and Little J show, said it best. Seems like all the time that Jeremy Roach rejects ball screens. This is why he rejects his ball screen. Sky Clark feels it. Feels Filipowski. He turns his head like that when he feels Filipowski, and Roach sees that. And right when he sees Sky Clark's head turn this way, Jeremy Roach goes the other way with the crossover. Gets Sky Clark to reach in the cookie jar. He misses. Tough finish by Jeremy Roach. Unbelievable finish. One-on-one, straight line drive, that time against Jared McCain. Just you got to play better man defense on the wings at the guard position by Duke. That's just too easy. Too easy. And I'm nitpicking Duke's up 21, but if Duke wants to make a deep run in March, you got to hit those, or you got to stop those. Dagger three. This team is the king of dagger threes. It's beautiful to watch, man. It's also a good shot by Mark Mitchell. He was 7 of 10 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, by the way. Shooting over top of the defender. Look at the difference between his hand and the defender's hand. Out of his reach, high percentage shot, doesn't get the roll. Good job, Filipowski, using your height to your advantage. And then using the cheat code that is Jared McCain, three-pointer. And then, like I said, Marksman Mitchell shooting roughly 50% from 3 in conference play. And then I love this defensive effort by Louisville. Just, all right, let's both get on Mark Mitchell here. And nobody is guarding, again, Filipowski. Did somebody test Filipowski before the game and make sure he didn't have COVID? Because Louisville was making sure they were nowhere near him. Like, they did not want to catch COVID or bruised knees or whatever the hell they thought that Filipowski had, because that was ridiculous. It was ridiculous all game. Good three there by Louisville. And then this is the funniest sequence of the night. Duke wins. Obviously, Duke cruises, but this is tough for Duke right here. This is like the Three Stooges. So Three Stooges closing out, and then Sean Stewart gets posterized because of these three guys falling into each other. Just bowling pins, and then Sean Stewart just gets punched on. That is a very tough sequence for Duke that had to happen in a blowout game. But thank God it happened in a blowout game where people don't see it as much, because if this happened in the weight game, this clip would go viral. This clip right here would go absolutely viral from start to finish. Oh, man. Luckily, Duke's up 19 with 2 minutes left, but that was hilarious. And then Ryan Young doing what he does best. A little shimmy, ball fake, and one. Bro, the man crush I have on Ryan Young is unbelievable. Just shimmy, ball fake with his head first, then his hands. Gets the guy up, body contact, soft touch. 1990s called, and they wanted to draft you, Ryan Young. And then my MVP of the night is now in the game. Spencer Hubbard, Sean Stewart doing what he does best. Offense rebound. Duke's bigs, offense rebounding off the bench. Sean Stewart, Ryan Young, the best in the ACC. Ball screen action for 5-foot Spencer Hubbard, and then boom. Mike Breen bang. I'm so happy for him. Duke, look, if you're 5 foot and you play at Duke, walk on or not, you're a hooper. That is tough as hell. And Duke wins, and that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this version of this film breakdown of Duke against Louisville. Duke plays Virginia Saturday. I'll break down that game sometime during the weekend. I work Saturday and Sunday, so hopefully Sunday night maybe, Monday morning. On Monday they play NC State, so it'll have to be sometime Sunday. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy these. I'll continue them, and then when the off season comes, I'll start doing like player breakdowns. And I appreciate you guys following along. Until next time.